Hello everyone. This is a short introduction into your assessment for manage organizational change or contribute to organizational development. I suggest you go into the Moodle subject and click on assessment. In there you'll see that you have to write one report for this subject. In that report you need to basically write a change plan. You have so far and up until this point probably written a lot of marketing plans, and when you do so, it's very easy to get carried away with identifying the best possible opportunities that your business could possibly pursue. But it's very important for a marketer also to know something about the management's parts or the management implications of what you're recommending. So, for example, if you recommend that your company needs to focus a whole lot more on great customer service, then it's important for a marketer to be aware of the implications of such a recommendation. How do you actually change your sales force so that all of a sudden they become customer focused while maybe in the past they used to focus on optimizing sales? So that's why it's important to study managed change for a marketer. Now, the assignment you need to write would normally include at least some of the following headings. You need an introduction where you explain the purpose of your assignment and what you plan to cover. You need to identify either a problem or a change opportunity. Now, the problem could be a number of things. If we go back to the main menu, there's a number of suggested areas for change listed here. Um, for example, maybe you work for a company where there's a low quality of products and services. If that's the case, you may want to focus your change plan on how to improve quality, either in production or in service. Maybe you work for a company where you feel there's not a whole lot of creativity and innovation. And if that's the case, you could focus your plan on that. The key thing is that you focus on only one thing. Alternatively, you could focus on something completely different that's not listed here. If you write your change plan for a winery, and if you in your marketing plan identify that you should diversify into microbrewing as well, in addition to the winery, well, you could focus a change plan on how you'll set up this microbrewery. Whatever the focus is, you need to sort of follow roughly the headings listed in here. Of course, now you have identified the problem or the change opportunity. The next step is to establish the goals for change. Sometimes you will need the identify root causes of the problem heading, sometimes not. You can sort of think about that yourself. Establish goals for change is basically what are you intending to accomplish with your change plan. When you have done so, you move on to the Kurt Levin's change model that is discussed in this course. It comprises of 3 steps: unfreeze, change, and refreeze. The first step here, unfreeze, is about giving people a very good reason why they should change. Generally speaking, people don't like change all that much, and unless you can give them a good reason for why it would benefit them to go ahead with your recommended change, it might be hard to get people on board. When you have managed to come up with some good ideas for how to unfreeze the staff, and you can read more about that in this course, you then need to move on to the change program. Now, the change program is by far the biggest part of this report. All the other sections are very short. The change program is a big chunk of the report, and it needs to be a step-by-step explanation of what needs doing and by whom, in order to change what you want to change, wanted to change. So it's almost like if you bake a cake, or if you prepare a meal and you follow a recipe. There'll be step-by-step instructions in there as to what you need to do in order to prepare that meal or bake the cake. You need to do exactly the same thing or similar for management in your business. You need to explain step by step what needs doing in order to change your business. You could maybe list this month by month, or the following year, who needs to do what and what needs doing in order to create a microbrewery in your winery, if that's what you wanted to do, or in order to improve service or quality of your products. Um, when you have developed this plan, you move on to refreeze, and that's basically about making sure that the change stays in place. So if you want your staff now to focus on good customer service, how do you ensure that people actually do that? Well, maybe you need to reward the new behaviors you would like to see. You need to come up with some very good reasons why they should continue to do what you have introduced them to. Now, the last session in this course is about just that. Finally, you need to write a conclusion. You basically write this change plan for management in your business, and you need to give them a very good reason as well why they should go ahead and implement what you have recommended. And that's what the conclusion is about. So I hope this helped, and good luck with your change plan.